Hey everyone, my name is Jessica Whitaker and welcome to another photography behind the scenes video. I am so excited to share this photo shoot with you because it takes place in Paris, France and also is on all film. For the film combo, I used my Minolta X370 35mm camera. This is my absolute favorite and the one that I work with 100% of the time. And then for the film that we used was my favorite Kodak Portra 400. This is a beautiful film. I love it. It might be very basic. This is like a very basic film. I love Portra 400. I think that it retains skin tones beautifully. It's a little bit more on the pricey side. For a cheaper film, I have been loving Kodak Color 200, but this is the combo that we used in Paris and I have really liked it. Got it. Okay, ready to go. If you guys are interested in learning more about film photography, I will link my one video on film talking about how I get my images from my film camera to my Instagram account. And I will also link a couple other behind the scenes videos that I have shot primarily on film with. But I'm just super excited about this one in particular because the lighting was gorgeous. The model was fantastic. She had beautiful red hair, which we shot during golden hour. So it was just the most wonderful combination. Before we get into it, be sure to subscribe for more photography videos, tips, and tricks. I love helping you guys out, not only in your photography business, but your creative career in general, freelancing. I answer a lot of small business questions, and I also have a free photography Facebook group called Build and Bloom, full of 50,000 creatives, mostly photographers, but everyone is welcome there. We teach both online and in person in workshops all around the world. And also we have a monthly meetup group in 14 United States cities called Sister Sister, which meets the third Saturday of the month, and we talk about relevant topics regarding the media industry for young girls, just to empower and encourage them. Our last topic was all about pitching yourself to companies, how to get paid for your work, and then the strategies behind being able to do email, lead lists, even just how to compose a great email that will catch the attention of somebody on the PR team. It's a good time and it's always free, so you guys can check out Build and Bloom linked down below. Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. We'll talk more about them later, and let's get into the video. So, like I said, we shot at Montmartre neighborhood in Paris, which is one of my personal favorites. It's so beautiful, so gorgeous, and very photogenic. All of the architecture is really low to the ground, so you can get that beautiful detailing in your photo shoot. Because I know for me here in New York City, I live in New York City, it's gorgeous, but a lot of times architecture is high up on the buildings, which you can't exactly capture in portraits. I met up with Harriet, who is actually another photographer out of Georgia. Okay.
Alright, so we got our bag. Boy, introduce yourself.
I'm Andrew.
And then who is this?
I'm Harriet. We shot during golden hour, which is absolutely my favorite time of the day to shoot, especially since the sun during this day in particular, or the entire summer, was really high in the sky and it was direct sunlight. So golden hour is just extra beautiful and creamy. Oh, it's so great. And Harriet, my model, had this amazing like fiery red curly hair, so it just looks like the most perfect combination. It was so sick. So since she was a photographer, it's pretty easy to photograph fellow photographers because even though they'll start out by saying, I don't know what to do, you'll need to direct me, which of course that is my job as a photographer, is to direct my subject. But you'll find that they snap into it pretty quickly because we are constantly, as photographers, directing our models and subjects. You'll have an idea of how to pose. But in this case, I started Harriet out by sitting down, which is actually one of my top tips for just working with anybody, specifically clients who just haven't been in front of the camera. I think sitting is just the most relaxing pose. It's less limbs to worry about. Okay, so we're just gonna start out by having Harriet sit here, and she's kind of backlit actually, which I don't know if I like. Okay, I'm gonna have you sit here. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of hide the motorcycle, but this is so beautiful with the pink. Okay, and take a really deep breath in. Okay, and then take a deep breath out. Okay, and then look at me. Pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna have you come across here. Then we moved over to a wall directly across the street. We stayed pretty much on the same like kind of avenue for the entire shoot for the most part. And oh, there were just so many beautiful like leaves and ivy, flowers. It was just really, really nice, this whole shoot. So I loved those kinds of shots. I love incorporating nature into my photographs, and this was just the perfect area. It's very versatile. Is it okay on the camera?
It looks amazing. Very good, very cute.
Okay, yes, queen. Okay, I'm gonna have you scoot even further in. So my settings also, they keep bouncing around. I'm on, my ISO is 400, obviously. I'm on 2.8 aperture, and then my shutter speed is 250. But I keep bouncing it because, okay, perfect. I should probably warn you before I take it, but. Amazing. Let's even do, sorry. Now I'm gonna have you look out that direction. Actually, other way. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, awesome. Okay, we're on 14 shots, so let's go down a little bit. You guys are choosing a location specifically for trade for prints, or little just, you know, maybe you have about an hour to shoot or you're just practicing, choose a location that is very versatile. This area you'll see just throughout the whole video, it has a lot of different backgrounds within the strip that we were shooting on. So you have some solid walls, maybe you have some buildings that have a little bit more texture on them. You have larger fences with ivy pouring down. Bring your face down slightly and then look at me, Zero.
I actually did take them.
Okay, now I'm gonna have you stand right here. Like in the ivy, yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is
okay,
so
beautiful.
Pretty.
Lift your face up slightly. Okay, pretty.
And hand up.
Let's actually have hand down. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so pretty. Wow. Amazing queen. Wow, dead. So good. Yeah. Let's go into the shade a little bit. Or do full body and just kind of play with your dress.
Okay, so I can like move with
yeah. I'm gonna have you look kind of over the camera almost. Ooh, you focus. Kind of keep your head still, but like your body. Okay. Just for focusing. So, you know, I'm gonna have you just put one foot in front of the other, and then like really lean on this. Yeah, and then maybe with the other hand, put it either up in your hair or on your waist as well. Let's actually do it on the waist. Okay, beautiful. Okay, amazing. Okay, let's maybe walk down a little bit and get some against like a salad. You're doing so good.
Yeah.
Okay, then we moved into one of my favorite locations in Montmartre, and I will actually insert here the name of the restaurant that we started out on. It's really popular, like the pink rosy restaurant on the top of the hill. We were just shooting down that whole street, and then the further that you walk down, it kind of leads you down a narrower path. It almost looks like, I don't know, like you're going through a garden or a park, and then there's some steps that kind of bring you out into the backs of apartments, and it's a larger, not alleyway, but it kind of ends because it's just apartments. And that is one of my favorite places to shoot. We went back there quite a few times with other models and ourselves, and it's just gorgeous. There's, again, just so much variety. So if you're in the area or looking for good areas in Paris to shoot, definitely check out this restaurant and just keep walking down the street. It's like a hill, so just walk down the hill. So good. Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Let's take a moment. Hold on, look at that. That is sunflowers. Can I zoom in? That's sunflowers, y'all.
I think I'm gonna have you stand here. Okay.
You want me to film from here for the angle?
Yeah. Ooh, drone?
drone.
I definitely played around a lot with light in this shoot. I am somebody who just loves like overcast, flat skies. I don't really play around too much with backlighting or direct sunlight, but in this case, I really got to step outside my comfort zone, and I was even more nervous because I was shooting on film and I don't shoot in direct sunlight that often at all. It was definitely kind of risky, but I just kind of figured this was just a for fun shoot. I'll just see what happens. I took the risk and I shot. And of course, my Minolta does have an automatic light meter, so it kind of tells me the settings that I should choose. I highly recommend this camera, you guys. You can get them at the thrift store or on like kehcamera.com. That's where I got my replacement, but my original was from my mom. So maybe see if your parents or grandparents or somebody in your family might have a film camera you can experiment on. I really loved playing around with the mix of the beautiful backlit. I mean, and it's golden hour in Paris. We have to take advantage of the backlighting. It's beautiful, but also the direct sunlight, and it worked great. I mean, I'm so happy with how the photos turned out. The Portrait 400 was just wonderful, and I was able to retain all of that beautiful detailing. I'm really happy with the final result. I'm going to show you guys just a few more clips, just girly things, just to enjoy, because I'm really happy with how the shoot turned out, but also just how beautiful the location is. I mean, we're in Paris right now. We have to share, okay? And then try to pull it more like if you, so sorry. Okay, so when you pull the hair, and I'll even just give this as a little tip for y'all. How's the light? Is it too bright?
It was so good.
Okay, so when you pull your hair, you want it to kind of be more the bottom, and not so much the top, because the top will create a weird shape, but the bottom kind of lets the light come through. So for instance, if I was pulling my hair like this, like see how it kind of warps. Yeah. But if I go like this, it's more like, oh, like casual. Yeah. Okay. But you're doing so amazing. Yes, okay. Even try to just maybe more fluff it forward. Okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Yep, and I'll just have you stay just like that. Sunflowers. Maybe now bring both your hands up by your face. So wrap one hand around your wrist, the other around, yeah, and then kind of tilt. And then show a little bit more of your fingernails. Okay. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. And lean forward. It's gonna feel really awkward, but just trust me. So lean all the way forward. Even more. I'm not gonna get your boobs. Beautiful. Yeah, perfect. And then with that hand, I think I'm gonna have you kind of play with your hair. Yeah, perfect. Oh, perfect. Okay. Amazing. We just did 25 images, so I think we're pretty good. Okay, awesome. Okay, so moving into editing the film. Now, pause if you guys want to find out how I even kind of move everything from here to my computer. I will link that video down below. It's a very easy process, and I just imported my digital files from film into Lightroom. I break it down in the most simple way as possible for you guys. It's really easy, and for me, the whole developing process was what made me put off learning film, because I thought it was science and I had to develop everything myself, and that's not the case. It's very easy, so go check that out. But I just import my files to Lightroom, and I do very light editing on this set in particular. I really didn't need to do much other than, you know, align images and crop them a bit. I'm really big on alignment. I think that alignment is key, and I feel like I align almost every image I deliver to a client, just because it is that little bit of detail that will really make your work stand out from somebody else, add symmetry. You know, I will adjust the saturation or the contrast a bit. I wanted to keep it simple and true to the Portrait 400. I have another video on editing making more film, if you guys are interested, linked down below. But it's really, really easy, and almost all of my film photography, I do like to kind of do this style of easy editing. Then I just airdrop the files from my MacBook to my iPhone. If I'm using a PC for whatever reason, I do have a PC at in my home office, I will just upload the photos to Google Drive and then use the Google Drive app on my phone to post them to Instagram. And then how I share them with the model and my client is through WeTransfer. I use the free service. It's up to 2 GB free, and there's nothing to download. It's just a direct link. They don't have to sign up. Dropbox is like very confusing for me. I've never been a fan of Dropbox because you have to have like an account. If it's confusing for me as a photographer, it's going to be kind of difficult to navigate as a client. So I just prefer WeTransfer. And then to get the most out of my images, I not only post it on Instagram, but I'll also do an Instagram story highlighting just a few of the images from the set, then encouraging my audience to go check out the rest of the images on my blog. My account has a swipe up feature, so if you have a swipe up, definitely do a swipe up to your blog post, or just have the link in your bio and have the call to action in your Instagram story. Instead of saying swipe up to see the images, link in bio to see the full set. 80% of the time I will do a blog post on my website, which I use Squarespace for that, displaying all of the images. I have Pinterest enabled on my website, which Squarespace makes it very, very easy to do so that people can then repin my images, and it's very easy for social sharing. I use the blog feature as opposed to just separate pages because I just personally think it's easier to categorize stuff. So I'll have a whole category of portraits that I could easily link clients to for references, and Squarespace makes it really simple and easy to do. So I'll just share it on my blog. I'll also share my, camera details, as well as usually if I do a behind the scenes video, just so people can see how I work, whether they're a client or a photographer. It's a very easy process, and I highly recommend Squarespace. This video is sponsored by Squarespace, and I've been partnered with them for over a year now. I love them. I've been using their service for 2 years. So Squarespace is an all-in-one platform where you can have not only your website, but a domain and your online store, which I utilize all 3 of those features. They make it easy to have a beautiful professional website that you're proud to show your clients, and dozens of designer free templates for you to just easily plug in. You guys, it's so intuitive and user-friendly that it will take you about a weekend to set up a beautiful new website. In addition, they also have great 24/7 customer support. It's actually award-winning. Whether you need a website, domain, or an online store, you can make it with Squarespace. What are you waiting for? Start your free trial today. You can go to squarespace.com/Jessica Whitaker to get 10% off of your first purchase of a website or a domain. Go check them out. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that it was helpful. If you guys want even more photography videos, tips, and tricks, be sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications. You can also find me over on Instagram, where I share more of a behind the scenes look, not only at my life in New York City, but as a full-time freelance photographer and business owner. I also share even more social media tips and tricks. I'll do website reviews on my Instagram Live. It's a really good time and an additional resource I can provide you with over on Instagram. My Twitter is more of my photography work, so if you guys are interested in that, go check out my Twitter. Go check out the Build and Bloom Facebook group. This is an incredible free resource for y'all, and if you are in the United States and you are a young girl interested in media art, go check out Sister Sister over at the Build and Bloom site. All of this will be down below. I love y'all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.